لسوف أعود يا أمي أقبل رأسك الزاكي أبثك كل أشواقي
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma salli wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammadin. Ameen. I've got to admit for myself, I was one of those who were asleep to this issue for a long time, choosing to be asleep, like many of us. And unfortunately, as you can see by the turnout, we have people that are awake here, alhamdulillah. But a lot of us in our community, we're asleep. We're asleep whether, maybe a lot of us are only Muslim on the prayer mat, Allahu Alam. But our sister has been taken. And if we tolerate this, in the famous words of a band, not to promote them, but if we tolerate this, our children will be next. And if we tolerate this and we don't speak up against it, then we're going to be asked about what we did for our sister. So first off, what I'm going to do is a piece that's not been written for Aafia Siddiqui. It's been written just about how I felt a few months ago. And then I'm going to read the piece that's a work in progress that I'm doing with a few other brothers, one called Muslim Bilal and another called Massacre. Bismillah. I'm torn between war and peace, criminals and police in the midst of cold and heat. I'm torn, split between rose and gun, between living serious and living fun. There's a balance to strike, but they still airstrike. Kids sleeping in bed at night, so fight, right? I got rage and love in between bare fist and glove, torn between pacifism and militancy, between working to reform the system and killing the beast. Seriously, I'm split between heart and brain, between rationality and what some would call insane, between stage and the minbar, between the khutbah sermon and fire that angry words sprayed at vermin. See, words you heard them, but hearts cold to statistics, cause the people pulling strings are so sadistic. So it's like you only believe death happens when kin die, but I'ma struggle to find what's right, and it's somewhere in the middle of war and peace, cause without justice, the violence won't cease. I'm a Muslim, so I struggle complete, for without war, there can't be peace. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is the piece that I've written so far. It's got crossing outs and everything all over it, because it's not perfected. I haven't rehearsed this, so forgive me and make a few excuses if I stutter. My sister, remember there's a garden waiting, it hurts, so keep patient. Allah gave you strength when you were touched by devils and cells. Remember the garden, inshallah, you're going to the top level. Whilst I'm only telling these tyrants of the torment their face. God willing, you'll be one who gets the gaze of the face of the great, full of grace. Muslims disgraced, our sister's been abducted and raped. It shows the fact our men are a waste. We're just putting words on a tape. You're in the company of prophets and martyrs. I hope the injustice brings some shahadas, cause the truth is being oppressed in front of our eyes. They say it's not a war on Islam, but that's just a Luciferian lie. So time you people looked at the truth, my sister, be strong, for Yom Qiyamah's not long away. My sister, your tears are pearls of paradise. Remember Jannah al-Firdaus don't come without a price. May we not sleep, may we stand, may we speak, may we act. If we don't, then our children will be next. If we don't, then it's going to keep happening, and they're going to keep throwing lies on the truth. They wish to put out the light of Allah, but it is Allah that has the light. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Jamie, today, mashallah, you done a recital of the piece that you're working for Aafia Siddiqui. Tell us a little bit about this track that you're working on.
Well, at the moment, there's a few of us working on it, and it's really in the early phases. But it's in order to get a message out to hearts and minds, And one of the best ways of doing this is by using evocative words that move people, and through melody. This is a battle of hearts and minds. These people, they control the media. They fill you up with junk, and they tell you the truth, and it's a lie, and they tell you the lie, and it's the truth. So what we need to do is stand firm, fight our own egos, and put some words down in order to support our sister. Because otherwise, if we're not doing this little thing that's within our means, then what type of people are we? Let alone what type of Muslim are we?
How did you find the words then?
Two things. First off, for me, I don't feel they're powerful enough. I don't feel that they do the justice. I don't think I could ever do the justice. But I'm walking a thin line. And so when I wrote the piece, I was thinking and conscious of Allah and the fact of what I really want to call for is justice. When I call for shahadas, I'm calling about it in the way that we're talking about, people standing witnessing in every way, shape and form. But the people of this land, when the Gaza war happened, more people took shahada because they see the oppression. If you're oppressing those who are in this faith and you're in an evil system, it begs the question as to this faith. Maybe it's the truth, huh? And so I hope in this, and I hope that she gets to hear this in the way that it is that she remembers the companions that she has in the past, the people, the great scholars of the past, the great prophets, may peace be upon them, of the past, that she's in that company and that Allah is on her side and that her dua will be answered. And so these are the things I was thinking of, and I wanted to try and get it out. But to say that I've done it in the right way, to say I've done it justice, no, I can't. If I was doing it justice, I would be with these people. I'd be here every night. I wouldn't just read it once and write a little poem. I wouldn't be half asleep.